A's Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. The A's wrap up a homestand welcoming the Cotuit Kettleers to Veterans Field. It's time for the Manager Show with Chatham manager Tom Holliday, Emmanuel Berbari. Coach, your team wrapping up a streak of 8 games in a row, 8 days in a row. What's the feeling like with the team right now?
Well, you just kind of wait till you get to the yard and you kind of watch the body language a little bit. And, 3 days ago, we're like 3 points out of first place. Now we're, 6 points, 8 points, whatever. But just goes to show you what hot and cold can do. So right now it's like, let's finish this thing up at home. Tough game last night. But again, short memory has to play in here. And the beauty of having so many different personalities, we got 3 different guys throwing tonight, and it's not like we can look for our stopper. Who's our guy that turns this thing around, because we got so many guys involved. But this will be a battle like every night is up here.
You mentioned a couple of really close games over this stretch. How razor thin is that line between winning and losing right now?
Last night was like, to watch Maxwell come out and throw that well late in the game and appear to be comfortable in a closing situation like that. And not like we were playing for a tie, because we weren't. But the bottom line is, you got to stop them to get us a chance to win. And he did. And we did have a chance to win. And then a 3-2 pitch that maybe the guy cheated a little bit. And the way he's been throwing his curveball with nobody on base, we've kind of talked about don't walk people. So he throws a fastball, 93 down the middle. If it would have been the curveball that he'd been throwing that inning, who knows? The beauty of second-guessing baseball, that's what everybody. That's why people show up every night, to be able to second-guess the decisions that are made in baseball. Bottom line was, Maxie pitched really well. All 3 guys did. Medeiros was like so efficient last night. I mean, he went 4 with and again we're keeping a close eye on him. But he went 40-some pitches, 43 pitches. And did it really, really well, with a great look about him. And, Nielsen is a guy that he excites me so much every time he pitches. I just see him, pitching in the big leagues. And yet, as soon as something really small happens, he seems to crack a little bit, and when he gets over that hump, he's got a chance to be a special guy. I mean, last night, he threw 2 89-mile-an-hour changeups, which is not good. It's not good. Your fastball's 93, 94. But, boy, when he conquers that with that breaking ball, he got a chance to be a special guy. So I know you guys are, like, into winning and losing and questioning why we win and lose. And there's still a lot of growing going on. There's a lot of kids making a move in the right direction for their immediate future.
Speaking of left-handed pitching and speaking of movement, you have Adam Tull taking the ball again tonight. Second start since he was drafted by the Dodgers. What's the next step for him in his development as he puts everything together?
Well, he has accepted the pressure of pitching under draft, and he wanted the pressure to pitch in front of the draft. And then he gets drafted, and certainly drafted by a great organization. The round is a teaser, and the Dodgers got a small budget, and so as they sign their drafts, which is going on as we speak, they'll have to decide whether they have enough money to sign him or not. He's a young 21-year-old, and you'd like to give him everything, to make life easier, but this life's not easy right now for Tulloch. He's pitching. He's picked a school. He got that off his mind. So he now knows where he's going to school next year. He seems to be very happy about that. And, he's only going to get 2 more starts. I mean, he's 2 more starts from being done. And quite frankly, the Dodgers have until, I think, maybe the first day of school or the 1st of August. I don't know which one. But, again, if they don't find the money, he's going to school. If they find the money, he signs. But in his life, this has probably been the most hectic 20 days of his life. And you know what? If they grow up from that, then, boy, this is all worth it. But the draft it's a thing that every kid wants in their life. he's getting it, and he's getting both sides, the pressure in front of it and the pressure after it. So, again, I have no idea who's going to show up tonight. I thought last time he pitched, he looked like he had something on his mind. Tonight, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. But whatever it is, he's our guy tonight, and he's been very good for us. So, again, you'd like to win the last game of this homestand, and then you get a day off. 8 days in a row has been hard on them. You know, I got some nicks, I got some sore arms, and when you drift out of the contention for first place, all of a sudden you start hearing about, well, my coach said that if this and that, I can come home. Well, shame on them. That will be the sad part. If anybody bolts because, that we don't have anything to play for. We have a little bit of pride to play for, and the people in Chatham who sponsored this organization.
Someone who hasn't let up during this 10-game stretch is Matt Hogan. How nice are those tools to watch?
Well, it's a legit coming out party for Matt Hogan, and Corbs has been like number one supporter. And again, when you lose the battle of playing time in college, and you stay a good teammate, it's kind of cool to know that your coach is pulling for you thick and thin. He's entered the transfer portal. He wants to play. He's playing lights out. I mean, he has that energy that it gets stored up when you don't play, and everybody that's ever played this game has a hump to get over. And, this is like him getting caught up for the last 2 years, and he's not angry or agitated. He just loves to play. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, there's a mention like, Coach, I don't know where I'm going to go to school next year. If you can help me. Well, he's helping himself by playing in the way he's playing. Somebody would be crazy not to take him. And he needs to connect to the right school. But right now, every time I put down a lineup, I want to put him in the 1 hole. Then I want to put him in the 2 hole. Then I want to put him in the 3 hole. Then I want to put him in the 5 hole. And I like to have him in the 6 hole. So when you get a guy going that good, that no matter what you do, you feel like he'd make us good and better that day, whatever hole I put him in. I'd say he'd open my eyes.
2 hole for Hogan tonight. Coach, appreciate the time.
You bet.
It's Chatham manager Tom Holliday on the Manager's Show. Send it back up to Ben Shulman as the pregame show continues.